Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another spicy episode of the Sanity stream with Lucius Coal. If you like this type of content, go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course leave a comment if you think I deserve it. The Coal Factory and the Coal Train on our way to 1,000 Patriots strong, thanks to people like you watching content like this. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into today's show. For those of you who haven't seen, Donald Trump is going completely scorched earth on Twitter right now. An absolute attack on the GOP establishment that has basically sold him out and thrown him down the river without a paddle. With that said, let's take a look. Donald Trump on Twitter today: if a Democrat presidential candidate had an election rigged and stolen with proof of such acts at a level never seen before, the Democrat senators would consider it an act of war and fight to the death. Mitch and the Republicans do nothing, just want to let it pass. No fight. I don't think any of us are surprised though, ladies and gentlemen. And to be honest, I don't feel super bad about this. Donald Trump knew in good faith that the people that he was surrounding himself with were deep state hacks. He said to the American people that he was going to fight the swamp. He was going to drain the swamp, if you will. And yet he surrounded himself with people who said that they had no interest in doing what Donald Trump actually wanted to do. They fought against him in terms of the wall. They fought against him in terms of immigration. They fought against him in terms of the wars. They fought against him in terms of bringing jobs back home. Every single piece of legislation that was pushed by Donald Trump had GOP, that's right, the Republican Party, pushback. Unbelievable. And if you think it gets any better, guys, this was just dropped a few minutes ago. And by the way, guys, I just want to say real quick, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a healthy and happy new year. We cannot get out of 2020 quickly enough. But again, the fight is on. For those of you who don't know, January 6th is the designated day for those of you who want to go down to Washington, D.C. Please be careful out there, guys. It is sure to be some violence on the streets. And again, just make sure that you are prepared. I'm not saying to do anything crazy, but again, if you are going down there, please be safe and make sure you protect you and your family, especially if you bring them. I wouldn't bring the little ones, if you know what I mean. Let's continue, guys. Donald Trump on Twitter: time for Republican senators to step up and fight for the presidency, like the Democrats would do if they had actually won. The proof is irrefutable. Massive late-night ballot mail-in drops in swing states, stuffing the ballot boxes on video, double voters, dead voters, fake signatures, illegal immigrant voters, banned Republican vote watchers, more votes than actual voters. Check out Detroit and Philadelphia, and much more. The numbers are far greater than what is necessary to win the individual swing states and cannot be contested. Courts are bad. The FBI and justice don't want to do their job, and the United States election system looks like that of a third world country. Freedom of the press has been gone for a long time. It is fake news, and now we have big tech with Section 230 to deal with. But when it's all over and this period of time becomes just another ugly chapter in our country's history, we will win. I don't know, guys. To be honest, I'm 50-50 on this whole thing. In terms of the information that's coming out right now, he has the FBI against him, the CIA, the NSA, the Pentagon, the Republican establishment. He has the people on his side, but every single time Republicans actually go out there to fight, quote unquote, and the police say, hey, you got to get out of this area. What do? They leave. They get up and leave. Even the Proud Boys, men that I respect highly, actually going out there and protecting people, protecting Trump supporters. Even they, if they are told by the cops to leave an area, you know what they do? They leave. And this is the type of thing we have to be willing. I'm not saying get violent. I'm not saying go out there and cause mayhem. What I am saying is that civil disobedience, if we can't even get to that, I hear all this rah, oh my God, guys, we should do the Civil War, this, that, and the other. How do you expect to be able to do that when you can't even get enough people to simply do a sit-in? Simply go full Gandhi, and the police come up to you and say, hey, you need to leave this area. And you know what say? Then move me. Make me go. Force me to go. Be like a freaking plank. Just plank yourself on the ground and refuse to move. And make them move you. If we can do this by the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, and possibly millions, you know what you're looking at? You're looking at a police department that's not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to be willing to take some licks. You're going to have to be willing to take some mace to the face, a baton to the head. You're going to have to be willing to fight back. And not even literally. You don't even have to fight. You literally just have to not move. I don't see the fight, guys. In terms of civil war, people talking about civil war? We can't even do a sit-in. And that's the thing, too. With this happening on January 6th, we have to go in and occupy the buildings. It's not enough to walk around, put up your little signs, wave your little American flags, and say, oh my God, Trump's the best, rah, 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 rah. You have to be able to get in there and actually cause chaos and mayhem and make the politicians fear again. You have to make them fear us. If they don't fear us, they will do nothing. They are puppets. They are globalists. They are shills. It is ultimately about lining their pockets, their friends' pockets, their families' pockets, and they will sell out America in a heartbeat. I just don't see it. But again, for those of you who haven't seen, Cat Turd bringing out the heat. Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, Lindsey Graham, and Ben Sass think Republicans believe their message over President Trump's. They should hold a rally and see how many people show up. If the Republican Party doesn't stand with Trump now, they'll cease to exist. And to be honest, guys, I think this is the play. I think this is the path forward. Third party. Because with everything going on in terms of the election, and for those of you who don't know, actually getting on the ballot as a third-party person is nearly impossible. Republicans and Democrats alike, you will be fighting the entire establishment. Now, again, it already is a true uniparty, but they will basically walk in lockstep, in unison, to make sure that people don't show up on the ballot. Ask Jill Stein. Ask Gary Johnson. Ask people that have actually tried to run as independents. Look at Ross, was it Ross Ulbricht? No. I'm confused. Ross Perot. I knew it. I had something. Even Ross Perot, who had a huge amount of votes, didn't receive one electoral vote because the electors that are put in place are going to vote for their party. And in no way, if you are pushing back against not only the Republicans, but the Democrats, good luck getting on the ballot. And it's funny because they will go very far in order to do their signature verification then. You try to show up on the ballot as an independent, you watch as they meticulously go through every single ballot. And if they see even one little minutia of a difference in terms of the signature or the way the ballot was presented, it is thrown in the trash. So just getting on the ballot is harder than actually having a ballot counted in the election itself. It's unbelievable, guys. And people are waking up. It's a great thing. I truly do believe that in terms of the long term, I think we are looking of a great day. But there is going to be many dark nights. Don't worry, guys. The dark winter, like Joe Biden said, the dark winter. And Mitch McConnell, by the way, also said the line, the dark winter. This is happening in the present and the coming days. If not months, if not years. Trying to uproot the establishment is going to take a lot more than some flags simply being flown in the breeze. Unreal. Now, for those of you who don't know, there was a veto on the National Defense Bill. And this is a press from the White House. I'm returning without my approval H.R. 6395, the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021. My administration recognizes the importance of the act to national security. Unfortunately, the act fails to include critical national security measures, including provisions that fail to respect our veterans and our military's history, and contradicts efforts by my administration to put America first in our national security and foreign policy actions. It is a gift to China and Russia. Just at the end here. Additionally, the act includes language that will require the naming of certain military installations. That's right, they're going to remove anybody who was a Confederate. Over the course of the United States history, these locations have taken significance to the American story, and those have helped write in what far transcends their namesakes. My administration respects the legacy of millions of American servicemen from who have served in honor at these military bases and who from these locations have fought, bled, and died for their country. Fails to address Section 230, guys. Can you actually imagine if we had an Internet Bill of Rights? Can you imagine actually being able to have an algorithm where videos like this and content creators that you love to follow, whether it be Paul Joseph Watson, Salty Cracker, Viva Fry, Tim Pool, whoever you're into, can you imagine if those messages of liberty and justice and the rule of law were able to actually be spread among the algorithm in a fair way, in a free way? It's unreal. It is absolutely unreal. Now, I don't know, guys. I'm not into the whole conspiracies, but for those of you who haven't seen, this was the 2020 quarter. And I don't know if this is just some big ha-ha to the American people, because it really does seem like that. For those of you who haven't seen the dollar bills, basically if you take an 100, a 50, a 20, a 10, and you go all the way down the line, apparently, you know, a lot of people make it out to be like, oh, it's the Twin Towers. And then those towers are falling as you progressively go through the bills, if you fold them a certain way. And here we have 2020, U.S. Mint with a bat. I mean, even if you just look at the dollar bill, I mean, look at a dollar bill, guys. It has, has the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, Big Brother, on top of a pyramid in the United States of America. Messages from Freemasons within. Now, this was a bad year, right? At least in terms of all the lockdowns and the absolute insanity in terms of people willing to give up their freedom for temporary safety. We're just losing everything. And this is what the quarter will be for 2021. United States Mint announces new $250 reserve sign. For those of you who can't see, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we got crossing the Delaware. This is George Washington, E Pluribus Unum, crossing the Delaware. Historical, amazing, happened on Christmas, I believe. Unbelievable. Hopefully a sign of things to come. Is this a call for revolution? Is this a call for bringing America back to liberty and the country's founding and what this country stands for? I don't know. Hopefully a sign of things to come, guys. Hopefully. Quick one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. I will be back. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, I do have... I recommend you follow Plebeian Media. I will put a link to his YouTube channel down the bottom below. I will be doing an interview with him on Monday, which would be December 28th. And it's going to be at 12 o'clock Central Time, which would be 1 o'clock Eastern. So for those of you who want to follow Plebeian Media, you can see me there. Great guy. He went out there to Washington, D.C. the last go around when they had some Trump rallies up there. Actually ended up being with the Proud Boys, getting some amazing footage. He has a really good podcast as well, and I'm really excited to work with him and have a collaboration. So make sure to check that out. We will be streaming it live. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this type of content, my name is Lucius Coal, the Sanity Stream. Go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course leave a comment if you think I deserve it. The Coal Factory and the Coal Train on our way to 1,000 Patriot Strong, thanks to people like you watching content like this. See you guys in the next one. Love ya. Peace. Coal Train. Choo-choo! Yeah.